Hello and welcome to Rev Sports, everyone. It's RCB who has won the game. And what a crazy game this was. Went down to the wire. Tilak Varma taking the game away, and then Hardik Pandya as well. But some brilliant batting from RCB batters. And of course, Krunal Pandya at the very end, making it count. Joining me today is Bharat Ramraj, Naman Suri, and Shomik Chakraborty. Naman, let's go to you first. Crowd going absolutely ballistic inside. When Hardik Pandya got out, I was outside the stadium about 500 meters away, even a kilometer away, and I could still hear the roar of the crowd. That was the turning point of the game. Hardik Pandya almost took it away.
Yeah, definitely it did. I mean, the crowd was completely silent until Hardik started to hit those massive sixes across the ground. So that is what Hardik Pandya brought to the game, and he was magnificent today. I couldn't see how he got out because I left by the time. But yes, like you said, when he got out, there was a massive cheer from the RCB fans, I believe. And I'm not sure. In the end, there were two cheers. I think Karnal Pandya took 2 wickets in 2 balls, and that was there also massive cheer was going on. A lot of banter between RCB fans and the Mumbai fans, where I was sitting, everyone going at each other in a very polite and I mean not abusive manner. Everything was chill. They were enjoying the game. They were throwing banter at each other. It was magnificent. The crowd was very fun to be with.
Shomik, Hardik Pandya almost took it away. And I predicted RCB to win. Just letting you know. Just letting you know, Shomik. And I was so right.
Yeah, absolutely. You're spot on, Gargi. But another three balls of Hardik Pandya and MI would have been home. Another three balls. I mean, he was playing something. It was as we have given the title, Hurricane Hardik. The way he, but then again at the death, Bhuvi Hazelwood also in his final over got those Yorkers right. And at the end of the day, see, Yorkers still remain the go to delivery. You have so many things these days. They are trying to change cricket literature, but the fact of the matter is that Yorkers still remain the go to option for a bowler when you are under pressure. I didn't expect the way Hardik and Tilak were going. I didn't expect MI to lose. Last game also LSG 28 runs to get of the final 2 overs. They couldn't do that. Today also they couldn't do that. And Mumbai Indians season is over. It's done and dusted. Mumbai Indians only just the formality remains. Theoretically, they are still in the mix. They will still be in the playoffs mix until mathematically they would be out, but their season is over. It's a the biggest problem is that beyond Hardik, and I mentioned it in the last game also, beyond Hardik, they don't have anything. If someone like Team David, for example, if they had someone as a finisher at the back end of the innings, instead they had those bits and pieces, Mitchell Santner and stuff. So you are not going to win a match with Mitchell Santner and stuff, those bits and pieces players after Hardik is gone. But once again, kudos to Hardik. I mean, we are thoroughly entertained. We are thoroughly entertained by the best all-rounder in Indian cricket since Kapil Dev. We are thoroughly entertained. It's a shame that he couldn't take Mumbai Indians over the line.
Bharat, let's go back to the first innings, all right? Hardik Pandya bowling one of the most expensive overs in the 17th over, 23 runs off that over, 3 sixes, 2 boundaries, if I'm not wrong, and a white ball as well. But I think that calculation was wrong. But something along those lines, 23 runs is what I'm sure of that Hardik Pandya gave away in that over. From that to almost turning the tide for Mumbai Indians, it was a great effort from the skipper when it comes to the bat, but bowling, MI is still, I think, sort of missing that zing from Hardik Pandya's captaincy is missing. Trent Bolt once again very abysmal in the death overs. What are your thoughts?
See, trend ball is not good enough for the slog overs. That is something one could see it again. Yeah, he might take wickets up front, but it's just not good enough in the slog overs. Batters are really taking him apart. Yeah, Hardik Pandya gave runs. See, one has to consider the fact that the conditions at the Wankhede were crazy for batting. Even if you get 240 somewhere, the bowling team would feel, "Oh my God, yeah, the opponent might come down and chase this target down." So those were outstanding, out of the world conditions for batting. That's what I would say. So in those conditions, if a bowler goes for runs, then I have sympathy. I guess Mumbai Indians' top order is the problem. See, Rohit Sharma is not firing. Ryan Rickilton also has not done that well. Will Jacks has been struggling. So I think the top order is the problem. If you can't nail the opposition in the power play in those conditions, in those great conditions for batting, then there's a problem. But for RCB, I also have to give credit to Josh Hazelwood, the 19th over that he bowled. I don't think it's just about the Yorker. If you look at how he bowls, when his back foot contacts the crease, you can see that he's watching the feet of the batter. I think he's the best in the business when it comes to the watching the feet of the batter, how he's moving the batsman, whether he's moving towards the leg side, whether he's moving little more towards the offside. I think that is where the difference was. He took that wicket of Hardik Pandya and gave away, I guess, only 9 runs, and that gave Krunal Pandya a little bit of buffer, and RCB won that game. But I think Mumbai's top order is the problem here. The top order is just not firing. In those conditions, if you don't fire, then you're in problem.
Naman, let's talk about RCB batting a little bit. On song, completely on song. We have a fan with us here. RCB batting, how about
Yes,
that?
sir, nice performance, RCB. Nice Virat Kohli and outstanding performance and fielding. Nice your win, you RCB Shala Cup, Namda.
Okay, so our RCB fans saying that this year it's going to be it. This year is.
Yes, 2025 Shala Cup, Namde, and excitement. Your world crowd is Chinamen and India. Your win, RCB.
All right, all right. Well, they've won. They've been doing brilliant, and they've got their momentum behind their back. But let's talk about Virat Kohli a little bit. Losing Phil Salt early, and then after that, getting that brilliant 60-odd runs. He was on song. Naman, Virat Kohli, thoughts today? He was brilliant.
Definitely, he was brilliant today. He did his job very well. There were issues that he was facing in the previous 2 matches that he wasn't able to get to go from from how he wants to play, and that was some issue that he was facing there. But today, I think with the ball coming onto the bat very easily, he found it very convenient to go after the bowlers. There was not much there. Initially, there was a bit of swing here and there because of the green patch that there was, and because it's Wankhede, the sea breeze and everything that comes in, it brings a bit of swing. But other than that, it was a very hard surface. It was easier for the batters to smash those balls, and I think Kohli made the most of this pitch. Gargi, over to you.
Okay.
Next
All right,
video.
all right.
Enjoy.
Atra also joins us here. Atra, we were talking about Virat Kohli, obviously. We had just come to talking about him. What are your thoughts? I think. Oh, I keep getting pushed. But all right, all right. Virat Kohli on song, Rajat Patidar on song. When you look at that RCB batting line, and Jitesh Sharma as well coming in at the death and sort of getting that total past the 200 mark, it was a brilliant batting effort from RCB. Atra, your thoughts?
Yeah, completely. I mean, other than the names that we took, I think we should also include Devdutt Padikkal in that list. He also provided impetus in that partnership with Virat Kohli. He didn't let the momentum die down, and it was a superlative batting performance from RCB. I mean, we have seen a lot of tall scores in IPL. 200 or 220 is not exactly very new, but the way they did it, the intent they showed, the purpose they showed, and the skills they showed. So those were quite good to see and very entertaining, no doubt about that. And Virat Kohli, well, I mean, what do you say about that boy? I mean, about that player? I mean, he remains so hungry even after achieving a lot of things. he motivates himself every day and keeps producing these knocks. And it was fantastic to see that. And actually, very good to see that kind of a collective batting performance. I mean, nobody was playing for individually. Everybody was playing for the team, and that is what I think caused this win. Yeah.
Shomik, now let's talk about the Mumbai Indians batting. Obviously, Rohit Sharma once again a concern at the top order. We spoke about this in the pre-match as well. I spoke about this with the MCA president Ajinkya Nayak as well, and it is a concern at this point. He's not getting any runs. He doesn't seem to sort of have that momentum that we usually get to see from a Rohit Sharma. At this point, how difficult is it going to get for Rohit Sharma going forward? And the most important question is, will this affect his England team selection? His England series.
No, absolutely not. As far as England series is concerned, that's the red ball thing that is completely separate to what he has been doing in this format. It will not personally affect Rohit Sharma, but it is affecting Mumbai Indians. See, Gargi, the other day I drew the Tottenham Hotspur analogy to describe RCB, and I stick to that. I even after such scintillating win, I stick to that. But I am drawing another football analogy to describe Mumbai Indians, that is Manchester United, how the mighty have fallen. This is simply like that. So, Naman is having a laugh. The
I
empire,
knew that was
the,
coming. I knew that was coming.
the empire has crumbled. Simple. So from that point of view, Rohit Sharma's batting is a problem. And pray tell me, what these guys, this Rickleton, Will Jacks, I think every top Syed Mustaq Ali team has players like them. At least one or two players like them. So what these guys, Rickleton or whatever, Will Jacks and all, why do you fork out such huge amount for these players? Pick players from Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy instead. That will serve you better in the long run.
Well, I think some
I have
football
a
analogy there
question
that I
for
did not
Gandhi and
understand
Naman.
at all.
Huh?
Yes,
I have a
Abra?
question for Gandhi and Naman. Uh, Gandhi and Naman, you were at the venue. I was watching the match on TV, and I saw it seemed as if there was a lot of support for RCB at Wankhede Stadium. The RCB boundaries were celebrated, the Mumbai wickets falling, those were celebrated. Was it like that, or did I get a wrong impression? I mean, Gargi Naman, what are your thoughts from the venue, on the spot?
Yeah, it was definitely for both the sides. Even RCB was getting equally appreciated as they were scoring and as they were getting those wickets. It didn't matter who was batting. Both the teams were getting equal support from the fans. And where I was standing, I said this earlier, there was quite a banter going on between the RCB and the Mumbai fans. They were all trying to get under the skin of each other. They were chanting for Virat Kohli. In fact, there's an exception that Virat Kohli, when he came to the boundary line, only he was cheered on from both the sides. So that is something I think the fans were together for. Other than that, they were getting at each other at every instance possible. So this was something I think very subtle way of making it a good encounter, a friendly
And
encounter, if I may say.
and Naman and Naman also give the lowdown a bit of a bit of lowdown on Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, the entire his body language, the way has been managing himself on the field, because on a batting paradise sort of, he still conceded less than 8 runs per over when all the other bowlers went north of 10 runs per over, and that is coming back from a longish injury layoff. So the
And
entire thing about
after being hit for a six on the first ball.
so entire so the entire mood and entire body language around Jasprit Bumrah give a lowdown on that.
Yeah, I mean, what I observed was that he was very excited to come onto the pitch. He was cheering up his bowlers, however, whoever was getting, hit. Deepak Char was initially getting hit, so he was constantly with him, telling him, advising him how to bowl it, and cheering him up. And even when he was on the boundary line fielding, he was very excited. He was pumped up. It felt like he was excited to come back onto the field and play for the team. However, when he came out to bowl, I think he looked a very bit rusty in his bowling. He wasn't able to get those Yorkers perfectly well the way he would have wanted. There were a lot of mishaps there, I believe. But other than that, I think Bumrah was pumped up to come back. He seemed very happy to get back to uh, the way he wants it to be, the way fans want him to be. But still, still fresh from his rehab, from his injury. I think he's a bit rusty. It will take a couple of games for him to get back into that rhythm, especially of IPL, because he is directly coming from a test match series that he last played. So there's a change of rhythm in both the formats. That is what something he will be focusing on right now. But other than that, he looked very pumped. He looked energetic. He wanted to get onto the field. It was clear from his intent and body language.
And I
But
have
guys,
to say,
I really want you guys to talk about. Can I continue?
yeah,
Sure.
you are back. Okay,
Yes,
fine. Please continue.
yes. While I show you guys the visuals, I really want to talk about Tilak Varma tonight. I think when he came on to bat, he looked a little bit nervous. His body language was a little bit nervous. But once he got going, I think that was the turning point for MI. That was really where it started to turn around for Mumbai Indians. And of course, it would mean a lot to the 22-year-old for getting that confidence back. Remember the last time being retired out, being called in by the management. That must not be easy to deal with. The public humiliation, the memes that come after it, the trolling that come after it. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to put in a sort of performance that he did tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a very very important outing for him because, as you said, as you described very aptly, that coming from that experience barely a few days ago, and to come here now and then score a half century at strike rate of nearly 200 is not something that normal people do. So Tilak Varma definitely is a good find. I mean, for Indian cricket, that we all know. We have seen at the international level what he can do. But still, I mean, yeah, the previous day that had happened, and it was very important for him and his team to come back from that. It was good to see the team show that faith in him, although he possibly came into bat at a position which he normally doesn't always do, and still he played a knock of substance and kept Mumbai Indians in this match for a very long time, which was always going to be very difficult. I mean, chasing that kind of a total, I know it's a batting friendly wicket and all that, everything is fine, but still, I mean, it's not possible to go there and blast 225 runs. So it doesn't happen very often. So Tilak Varma made a match of it and helped Mumbai remain in the game for a long time with Hardik Pandya, of course. That was a remarkable partnership. I mean, uh, match was over, right? I mean, we were all thinking that this game is going to get over very soon, but that they didn't let that happen, and credit goes to Tilak Varma as well as Hardik Pandya.
Shomik, I'd love to know your thoughts on this as well.
He played, I mean, he showed character, Gargi. He showed character, but I expected it from him because when you are an India player, you can't be a you can't be flaky. You can't be a shrinking violet. So you got to show steel, and he showed that. That is fine. But once again, I think he would be disappointed not to finish it off. The way he and Hardik had been going. The game once again, like the LSG game, the game sat in the Mumbai Indians dugout, and once again they lost from a winning position. So they should be disappointed. But now they are. I mean, they are. As I said earlier, their season is all but over. Not all but over. Their season is over now. Just I mean, not um, theoretically, but effectively, just formality remains for Mumbai Indians.
I would like to ask Naman and Gargi both. fairly understated point from this match. What about the catching of RCB at the crucial moments? I mean, they were not those catches were not spectacular exactly, other than the one the second ball of the last over. But those were very calm and composed way of gathering the ball and catching the ball deep in the outfield and all that. I think that played a crucial part in determining the outcome of this game because those catches had to be taken, and had those catches not been taken, we could possibly have seen Mumbai win today. So I think what do Gari and
I,
Naman think about this?
I'm Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Atreo, because when I was watching the Mumbai Indians innings, it was evident that there was a lot of loose fielding in there as well. And what made a difference for RCB is the fact that they held on to all their catches. And except the Jitesh Sharma and Yash Dayal one, that was a complete blunder from Jitesh Sharma. I think that was very clearly Yash Dayal's call, and it was closer to him as well. It landed right in his hand, but of course the collision caused him to slip and not get hold of that catch. But when it comes to fielding, obviously RCB was the better side tonight. MI let a lot of runs go, and ultimately that decided the game. I think there were a lot of boundaries that MI missed and did not kind of did not put in that sort of effort. I keep going back to that one boundary that Tim David saved. I think that was a brilliant one as well. That was a sharp dive from Tim David, and that's the kind of effort that we saw from RCB. Their momentum has been great, and if they can continue this, me and Shomik will have some words.
And also the team David catch in the last over. I mean, he was millimeters away from the boundary line, and he held his composure, and he knew exactly, I mean, how to reach and all that. So I think those things made a big difference because close match like this, where team wins by 12 runs after scoring 220 plus, you obviously know that things are getting very close. It could have gone either way, and I think catching in this match made a fairly significant difference. Yeah.
Okay, Gargi, I'm taking my words back. I'm changing this. I called RCB. I called RCB the Tottenham Hotspur of the IPL. I'm taking that back. I would rather say they are Nottingham Forest of the IPL. See, Nottingham Forest at number three Nottingham Forest at number three in the table, and United are at 13. United at 13. So RCB are Nottingham Forest of this IPL.
That
I'm just cancelling out this Tottenham Hotspur analogy,
that
and
will
I'm calling this is
that
they are
that will only
Nottingham.
apply to this season, sir. That will only apply to this season. Nottingham Forest
This
is a
is
Champions League winner.
no, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, absolutely. Twice back to back, but I'm
And
not going
RCB
back
is
to the I'm not going back to, but still credit give credit where credit is due. That is
this
in
season.
terms of this season, they are Nottingham Forest of the IPL.
Manchester City is also down. I think you're referring
I
to CSK.
I, 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 I tend to ignore that club.
CSK as well. I was
No, not CSK. No, no.
Unfortunately,
I was putting them at parallel.
Unfortunately, I didn't understand that analogy very well, but you one day you'll have to sit down and write it all down for me. Someone will have to make
Okay,
notes about what is going on there.
I will
But
do the needful.
Okay.
thank you.
I'll tell you, there is a secret. There is a secret of dealing with this. Huh? I don't take it personally, please. When Shamik brings in this football analysis, I shut down my ears because I know that I'm not going to understand it. But on a serious note, Shamik, Gargi, Naman, everybody, uh, where do you see this campaign going for Mumbai Indians? I mean, it's been a bad start. Uh, we have seen them bounce back from even worse starts in the past. But where do you think this campaign is going? And is it possible for them to bring it back on track?
No, I
If
don't
I
think so.
may just quickly
First of
add,
all,
because my phone is about to die,
okay,
if I
okay,
may just
please carry on, Naman. Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, I mean, from what it looks like, Mumbai is down in the dumps, and I think they have a lot to right now focus on. Their batting is not going on perfectly well, like Shomik sir said, that only Hardik is the one who has taken the initiative. Rest of the batters have been hot and cold. Tilak, 2 games, 3 games, hasn't been able to find rhythm. Today he was uh, initially a bit underconfident, and then once he got going, he took the charge. But still, he has been hot and cold. And if we go top of the order, Rickerton, 1 or 2 games. Rohit Sharma, not at all. Then Will Jacks. The number 3 position is a very big concern for them. They want to. Last game they pushed, promoted Namandhir up, and it worked for them. But today again they played Will Jacks. I mean, it's a bit confusing what they actually are trying to do here. Their strategies are all over the place at the moment. Bowling wise, bringing back Bumrah, he was rusty. Santner hasn't gotten the wickets that everyone would have expected out of him, or even be economical. That has not happened. Trent Bolt, the usage of Trent Bolt, he is a power play specialist, but he has been used at the fag end. That has also been not playing in the favor. So it's a bit confusing. Their strategies are all out of place. Mumbai is usually a team that is not a good starter of IPL. They start in the May. Their best performances come in May, and I don't know. At this point, it seems like they are out of the competition.
I will
All
take
right.
my next question to
Well,
Shamika and Gargi. Uh, that
yes. So final round of questions
RCB
after
appears
Shomik
to
and
be a
Naman. Let me
deep-rooted
put you on the
side.
spot because there were so many incredible performances tonight. I need you all to name one standout performer. Let's start with you, Shomik.
Hardik Pandya, the way he batted. The way he batted, I mean, unfortunate, he couldn't take his team over the line. He couldn't take his another 3 balls of Hardik Pandya, and MI would have been home. But the way he batted, uh, the way he was turning the tide, it was scintillating stroke play. So he would be the man. He would be the man for me. He would be the man for me. Although in a losing cause.
Got it. Atril, your standout performer of the day.
I will take because they had momentum on their side, and it was very important for the number 4 batter to not let that slip. So he not only maintained it, he not only maintained that tempo, but also took it ahead. I mean, took it one step ahead. So that to do is difficult, and he's the captain, which means extra responsibility and possibly some extra pressure as well. To be able to perform, to be able to deliver in this, in this kind of a situation, day in and day out, he has done it in a few matches right now. I mean, in successive matches, he's been doing it. So I think he is one of my definitely standout performers of the day. Although there is not only one, there were several. But if you ask me to pick one, I'll pick him.
Naman, your standout performer.
For me, RCB played as a team, so I'm going to go to the losing side. Tilak Varma for me because after getting asked to retire hurt, he showed confidence today. Initially, he was a bit underconfident, but today I think he brought his A game back, and I feel that it was the standout performance. However much Hardik brought Mumbai back into the game, but I think as a player, on individual basis, this is not only good for India, but I mean Mumbai Indians, but also for India.
All right, and I'll end with my standout performer of the day, which is, drum roll please, Tilak Varma, obviously. One, because I think he showed great character tonight. To come back from public humiliation and then do what he did tonight, I think it takes great courage to step out on that field, to regain that confidence, to, come out on the field and say, you know what, what's past is past, but I can show you what I'm made of. And one bad performance does not define Tilak Varma. One good performance also does not define Tilak Varma. What eventually defines him is the character that he shows on the field, and he showed incredible character tonight. And he was jittery in the start. You could see it on his face. You could see it in his body language. The shots were not connecting. The first few slogs, he was trying the same shot over and over again. But once he found his mojo, it was all game changer it not a game changer. Let's not say game changer, but he took the game away from RCB for a little bit there. I was convinced that Hardik Pandya and Tilak Varma might just do it for Mumbai Indians, but it did not happen. Nonetheless, Tilak Varma deserves all the credit for what he did tonight. And on that note, Shomik, thank you Athreyo and Naman for joining. We'll be back tomorrow. Some special shows coming your way, so don't forget to join us tomorrow as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and good night.
And Gargi